Heikki Lonka, head of projects from municipality of Tuusula. And as a client representative, I will tell you a little bit about us Finns, then about who we are in Tuusula, who is Martta Wendelin, and then something about Finnish daycare, and then Antti will go on with the project itself. So we are very happy. I couldn't prevent showing you this picture. We are finally and undeniably part of Western Alliance. And this is we are much grateful to young Prime Minister Lady Sanna Marin for this. She's open, she's social, she's a rock star, she's everything we Finns are not. Tuusula, even though it's a rural area, we have a history, culture, because artists from city of Helsinki moved to Tuusula, some 20-30 kilometers away, because it was cheaper, and they built their own houses. And this is a house by Pekka Halonen, an artist's residence. And pay attention, it's made of massive log timber construction. This was the way all Finnish buildings were made before Second World War. You couldn't call yourself a man if you couldn't build a house like that with just an axe. We, in municipality of Tuusula, we have to arrange those daycare places. So 100% of 6-year-old children in Tuusula are in daycare. 89% of kids from 3 to 5 years are in daycare, and 53% of less than 3 years old. The problem is, as you can see there, the parents can make a choice. They either put the kid to a daycare or not. And thus, of course, there is a fluctuation in the demand, because sometimes, you know, the economic situation is such that people stay home and then they have their kids at home and use some other methods. And sometimes it's a busy life in the work markets, and we have to arrange them daycare places. So we are in the middle of projects of 250 million euros within 5 or 7 years' time. That's enormous effort. And Martta Wendelin Daycare Center was like the first one in this row of projects. One of the projects, the next one, is very interesting because it's a 8,000 square meter school made of massive log timber construction, just like Pekka Halonen's house was made, 3-story high. So please come and visit these two places whenever you come to Finland. And it's 60,000 square meters. And remember, we are only 40,000, so we are deep in depth after this project, but we don't have indoor air problems. So here is Martta Wendelin, and it's big one. It's 200 children. And okay. And we used CLT elements, and Antti's talking about that later. And then the cladding was made of weather-resistant large panels. We learned that there is several qualities, different qualities when it comes to large, and we chose the wrong one, so we may have to replace them, or the contractor has to replace them. But let's see what happens with that. And this is the life inside there. Yeah, I didn't mention that daycare is not only keeping the kids somewhere so that the parents can work, it's also high-quality education for children. So this environment is, that's why, very important. It's pedagogical, as well as it's a place where you can play. And here actually you see the panels we have inside the building. So we have these Martta Wendelin pictures painted on them or taped on them. And here you have the figures. It's 13 millions. It became expensive because this kind of material, we don't have too much supply, so and also all the kind of equipment, by the way you can see in here in this exhibition, is missing on Finland, and you don't have enough supply, so that the prices go up because of that.